All right, I think we're going. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our new leader coach call. My name is Alexa. For those of you who don't know me, I am the founder and leader of Team Fireway, and I am really excited to help all of the new coaches on our team get started right, create a game plan for yourself so that you can start to reach your goals. So, I have a few things I'm going to be going over and talking with you guys about tonight, and I really just hope that after this call, you have some clarity and some focus on what it is that you need to do to get started with your business. Because I know that, as you first get going, there's a lot of information. You're added to these groups and you're like, what is it that I'm supposed to be working on? So hopefully after this call, like I said, you'll know what it is that you need to be doing in order to make your goals happen. Okay. So all that being said, let me switch over to my presentation that I had for you guys, because I've got a lot of really great info. And I want to get started. So can you guys just give me a thumbs up? Can you see the screen? Yes. Okay, good. Just want to make sure. So yes, welcome to the Team Fireway New Leader Call. Like I said, my name is Alexa Luckenbach, and a little bit about me. I have been a coach for about 2.5 years. I started off as a discount coach, which basically means that I began this journey as a coach just to get my Shakeology cheaper. I had absolutely no desire whatsoever to work a business. Actually, I was very against it when I first got started, which is funny, right? Because now I absolutely love coaching and I love this business. But I had been an Advocare distributor for a year before I was a Beachbody coach. I don't know if any of you guys know what Advocare is, but it's basically kind of a similar business structure. It's another health and fitness company, but they're a lot more like product driven as far as like supplements go. And I felt very pushed into sales. I felt like I was just trying to sell products, weight loss products to people. And I just, it didn't feel right to me. So when I first got started as a coach, discount coach, I was like, nope, not running a business, not doing anything with this, because I thought that this was going to be just like Advocare was. But I slowly started to see that this business and this company are completely different. And I'm excited to share some success stories with you guys and just help you see the potential of what this can do for you. I was actually able to quit my full-time desk job after about 6 months of working my business. And I replaced my full-time income with my coaching income, which was a really big deal because I hated my full-time job. I don't know if anybody out there has ever been in the same boat as I was, but I was that person who would wake up every morning in an awful mood because I knew that I had to go into that job that I hated and see those people that were not very nice. It was a negative environment, really catty, a lot of girls that would just talk and have drama all the time, right? And so it just wasn't a positive environment for me to be around. And I knew that I loved helping people lose weight. I loved helping people get on track with their health and fitness because I was that person that struggled with their health and fitness for so long. Please comment in the chat box if that's you. Have you struggled at all with your weight loss? Have you, tried and failed at a bunch of different programs, weight loss things, Weight Watchers a million times? That was me, right? So I know how hard it is. I know the struggle. It is very much real when you are struggling and battling your weight loss, that internal conflict, I guess you can say. You know what I mean? Like when I would wake up every morning and look in the mirror, I was just so unhappy with what I saw. And so I know how hard that is. I know how, how unhappy that makes you feel. And I wanted to help more women not feel that way. You know what I mean? So being able to replace my full-time job was something that was really important to me when I first got started. And just by sticking with this and being consistent and focusing on my own goals with my health and fitness, I was able to make that happen. And I've actually, over the course of a couple of years, was able to lose 80 pounds with Beachbody's programs in Shakeology. 80 pounds, you guys, just by working out in my living room 30 minutes a day, drinking my Shakeology, and joining my challenge groups. So, I'm here to pay it forward. I'm here to help other people not only get healthy, but follow their dreams and follow their passion and realize that you do not need to go into a job that you hate every single day if that's not what you want. You know what I mean? And I know that not everybody's goal is to quit their job as a coach and become a coach full time, and that's okay. But just know that whatever it is that you want to make happen in your life, it's so possible if you just commit to this and stick with it. Okay? So that being said, what is the purpose of this call? I'm going to be basically talking about three main things with you guys, okay? I'm going to help you to identify what your goals are as a coach. I want to help you create a game plan so that you can make those goals happen. And I want to help you to see the potential of this opportunity. Because when I first got started with coaching, like I said, I was a discount coach. So I was in this purely to get my Shakeology cheaper. I didn't realize what the potential of this opportunity was. And I actually kind of stumbled across it when I was just looking up some YouTube videos. And I came across a video from a top coach. Her name is Amy Silverman. And she did this video about how she was able to earn $10,000 in a month as a coach. $10,000 in 1 month from her coaching business. And when I saw that, I was like, whoa, are you kidding me? I had no idea that this business could make something like that happen for me. You know what I mean? That was the very first time that I realized the potential of what this could do for myself and my family. And really, you guys, ever since I saw that video and saw how big you really can dream with this, I realized that the only thing standing between me and my goals was myself, my own actions. Because you can make anything happen with this business. No matter what your goals are, you can make them happen. That's the amazing thing. There's no ceiling, there's no limit, there's no cap, salary cap, none of that. The only thing that's going to help you, stop you from reaching your goals is you. And that was an amazing feeling when I realized that and I saw that potential. Okay. So I want to share that with you guys as well, so that you know right off the bat as a new coach, what you really have in front of you with this opportunity. Okay. And I just hope that by the end of this call, like I said, you have a plan, you have a goal, and most importantly, you're committed to making it happen because you know what you can do for yourself and your family with this, okay? So let's get right into it, you guys. We're going to start off by talking about your goals as a coach, okay? And I want you to just sit and think for a second. I love this quote. I found this quote today and had to share it. It says, the indispensable first step to getting the things you want out of life is this. Decide what you want. I love that because it's so true. If you don't have a goal that you're working towards, you are not, how are you going to get anywhere, right? It's like going on a road trip but having no destination. You're just going to kind of be like driving around all over the place, right? You're not really going to get anywhere. So that's going to be your first step as a coach, is figure out what your goal is, your destination, so that we can create a game plan that will help you get there, okay? So how are we going to identify your goals? I want you to just sit and think for a second, okay? I want you to think about the reason why you even decided to sign up as a coach, okay? Why did you decide to fill out that coach enrollment email or whatever it was that you got and submit and sign up for this, okay? What drew you to this opportunity? Was it something that your coach shared, or was it a post that they did that was talking about something that they were able to do in their life and you wanted that too for yourself, something that they posted that spoke to you? I want you to think about what your dream life looks like, okay? What is your dream life? Does that look like you being able to spend, all day with your kids if you want to, not having to put them in daycare? Does it mean, being able to pay off all of your debt so you have financial freedom? Does it mean having, your dream home, a bigger house for all of your family to grow up in? Where do you want to be 5 years from now? Let's put like all of, the negative things aside, your current job, current situation, whatever. I just want you to dream as big as possible and think about where you would love to be in your life 5 years from now. Okay. I want you guys to think about those things and post them in the chat box. Okay. I'm going to keep going, but I want to come back and talk about those things. So answer these questions. Why did you decide to sign up? What drew you to this? And what does your dream life look like 5 years from now? 10 years from now, even. Think about that stuff and share in the chat box, because this is what's going to help you identify your goals and figure out what it is you want to work towards in your business. Okay? Dreams without goals remain dreams, and they fuel disappointment. I saw this quote and had to share it once again. Dreams without goals remain dreams, okay? So we have to set a goal to this, you guys. You've got to sit and think about what it is that you want out of this. And the amazing thing is you can dream so incredibly big. Like I said, I want you to put everything aside and just think about what your ideal life looks like. And write that down. Put that on, whether it's on pen and paper, whether that's You're typing it out on your computer. I want you to just get that out of your brain and on a piece of paper on your computer and write it out, because you need to have that goal in front of you. It's going to help be your motivator. It's going to be your why, the reason why you're going to show up every day with your business, the reason why you are going to be consistent with this, even when times are going to get rough, because I'm not going to be here sugarcoating it, you guys. There's going to be some hard times. There's going to be some times where people are telling you no, or you're going to have self-doubt. But I'm telling you, at the end of the day, if you have a strong why that you're working towards, if you have that goal, no matter what obstacles you come across, you're going to be able to overcome them. Okay? So think about that. Think about those goals, and remember that if you want your dreams that are in your head to become your reality, you've got to set goals to make them happen. Okay? So I want to get even more into this. Let's start to think even more in depth about the types of things that you can start to set as goals for your business. Okay, so let's talk about your family. Okay, some of you are married, maybe some of you aren't married, some of you have kids, some of you don't, whatever. It doesn't really matter. You have a family, you have people that are important to you, that you love in your life, right? Do you want to create a better future for your kids, whether you have kids or you have you're planning on having kids in the future, right? I'm not a mom yet, but my husband and I 100% want to have kids. And, that is such a huge motivator for me in this business, because there were so many things that I wasn't able to do growing up. Same with my husband, that we want to be able to provide for our children. Okay, so even though our kids aren't here on this earth yet, they are still a motivator for me, because I know that with this business and by committing and showing up every day, I can create a better life for them that I wasn't able to have growing up myself. Okay, you're able to show your family, those people in your life, what's possible if you work hard and you dream big. Okay, like I said, do you have a dream home? Are you living in a cramped apartment that doesn't have enough room for you and your family? Or, you know what I mean? Like for me right now, I'm living in a 1-bedroom apartment. My husband and I have been here for almost 3 years, and we have a dog, and we so desperately want to move out into a home of our own with a yard, so we can have a yard for our dog to run around. I want to have my own separate space for my office that I can work in. My husband wants his own separate space so that he can have his little area for just him. You know what I mean? For our future kids, right now, if you were to have kids right now, I don't know where they would go in our 1-bedroom apartment. We have no bedrooms for them, right? I don't have a nursery. That all these things are things that I think about and that drive me and motivate me with my business. Okay. What about family vacations and being able to travel? I don't know about you guys, but I didn't really go on many vacations as a kid. And that's something, same with my husband. And that's something that we both want to make happen for our children. Once again, creating a better life for them that we weren't able to have for ourselves. I want to be able to take our kids on vacations and go places around this world that I wasn't even able to see. You know what I mean? So let's talk about financial freedom, you guys. When it comes down to it, we all need money in this world to survive, to do the things that we got to do, to pay our bills, right? What would it feel like for you to pay off any debt, all of the debt that you have? I don't know about you guys. Once again, I have credit card debt. I have loans that I have out right now for my wedding. I have student loans as well. I have a car payment that I'm trying to pay off. I have a lot of debt. And I know that if it weren't for this business and for coaching, if I were to stay in my full-time job that I was in when I first got started with this, I would be in debt probably until I was in my 60s or 70s. Not gonna lie, you guys, like that's just the truth. But by just being consistent with this business, I know that I'm gonna be able to pay off all of that debt. I think I'm at least under 100,000, but I've got at least probably like $50,000 to $75,000 worth of debt if I had to estimate. I haven't accumulated it. I probably should go through and add all that up. But I know that I can pay all that off within the next couple of years, you guys. Next few years. Can you imagine being able to pay off your debt in the next few years versus 10, 20 years from now? Okay. What about your children? Being able to fund your kids' college savings. Okay. Once again, I share with you guys, I'm about $30,000 in debt just for my student loans. Okay. And that's because, my parents weren't able to financially pay for my college. So I had to take out loans, and I don't want my kids to have to do that. I want to have them, be able to go to college, go to school, and not come out with $30,000 that they have to pay back just because they want to learn and have an education, right? Never being late on bills. I don't know who's ever been late on bills before, overdraft charges. I've definitely experienced that many times in my life. Wouldn't it be awesome to never have those overdraft fees again, never being late on your bills again, not having to live paycheck to paycheck? You know what I mean? These are the types of things that you got to think about. You really dig deep, really get outside of the box here. It's more than just, I want to help people. Of course we want to help people. That's what we're here to do. But we got to think deep about your why and the things that you want in your business and your life to happen. Okay? Because like I said, your why is going to be like the gas in your car. You're not going to be able to move forward if you don't have that fuel, that motivation. You know what I mean? And that's what this is going to be for you. Okay, let's think about time freedom. Once again, not everybody wants to quit their full-time job as a coach, and that's okay. But what about being able to have the flexibility to make your schedule what you want? Or maybe cut back on hours at work so you don't have to be working so much. You know what I mean? Being able to set your schedule. Take days off whenever you feel like it. I was only able to have 2 weeks of vacation and sick hours at my full-time job before I quit. That meant that if I was sick for a week, I had a full 7 days of vacation that I could use throughout the entire year. I mean, that sucks because you have to sit there and be like, okay, well, do I really want to take this day off of work even though, you know, I am dying and I'm sick? But does that mean that I'm not going to have enough sick hours around or enough vacation time around the holidays to see my family? Those are the types of things that I had to think about working my full-time job. I had to like be very strategic about what days I could take off so that I could make sure at the end of the year I had time that I could spend with my family. And honestly, I don't think that's okay. I feel like you should be able to do what you want and live your life that you want and see your family and do the things that you want to do with your friends and the people in your life whenever you want. You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't that be amazing to have that kind of freedom? Not missing out on those important events because of work. Looking back at my life, you know, I played volleyball when I was in school, and I also was in band when I was in junior high. And I remember sitting at my band recitals or my volleyball games, and I was always a little sad because both my parents worked, and they never were able to make it to my extracurricular activities. I was that kid who got rides home from my friends' parents. I was always looking into the bleachers, like, man, maybe they'll surprise me and show up today, even though I knew that they wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't ever want my kids to feel that way. I want to be able to show up to every single one of their events and never miss out on a part of their lives. Okay. And then the purpose and the passion that this business brings you guys. Like I said, we all have experienced that struggle with our weight, right? We've all struggled in some way with our health and our fitness. And I remember, like I said, when I was first starting this business, first getting started in a challenge group, I was so unhappy. I, had lost 55 pounds and then gained 53 pounds back right before I became a coach. That was like my track record. I was such a failure before I became a coach. And I was so tired every single day of dwelling and hating myself, having no self-love, having no confidence. You know what I mean? Like, I was just so unhappy with who I was. And we have the power as coaches to help people not feel that way. You know what I mean? We are helping people get healthy and change their lives. We're doing something that really is going to make an impact on the world. And we're inspiring people to build their dreams. That's what I'm here doing for you guys right now. I'm on this call sharing with you guys how you can build your dreams with this business. Honestly, there is no better feeling than having a purpose and a passion like that. Okay, you guys? So if you haven't already, I hope that these have just given you some ideas on how you can really start to dig deep and figure out your why and your goals with this business, okay? Think about these things, like I said, and type in the chat box. I want to hear, are you in debt? Do you have student loans? Or do you have kids that you don't want to miss out on their school activities or whatever? What is it that fuels you? We're all different. We are all in different points in our lives. But I want to hear from you guys what it is that is going to motivate and fuel you with your business. What are your goals that you want to achieve with this? Okay? So, like I said, you really need to dig deep and think about this with yourself. Why are you here? What kind of mark do you want to leave on the world? Okay? And are you ready to commit and make the sacrifice to make it happen? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but at the end of the day, to be able to say that I have a job where basically I'm here to just change people's lives, versus what I was doing before, which was sitting at a computer typing in spreadsheets for shoe inventory all day. That wasn't life-changing. But this, what I'm doing right now on this call, talking to you guys and talking to my challengers and my coaches and everything, that is making an impact on this world. And I'm telling you, it is so incredibly worth it. The time, the sacrifice, what it takes to build this business, it's so worth it at the end of the day, okay? So I want you to find those reasons for you, those goals that you want to achieve in your life, those big goals, okay? Type them in the chat box, share below, because that is what's gonna help you. Like I said, show up and make sure that you make this business a priority, okay? So like I said before, your goal is going to be your destination. If you don't have a destination on your roadmap, where are you going to go, right? And the game plan is going to be your roadmap, okay? So having a game plan every single day on what it is that you're going to do to move your business forward, that's like your directions on your road trip, right? Your goal is the destination, where you're going, and your roadmap, okay, that atlas map that we, old school, or your Google Maps or whatever, that is your game plan, okay? So that's what I'm going to get into next with you guys. Your game plan as a new coach. What is it that you need to do to make those dreams and goals that you guys all shared happen, okay? Those things that you typed in the chat box. Okay, now I know what I want, Alexa. I know I have this, these goals and this big why, but how do I now, get from point A to point B? How do I make that happen? Okay, and that's what I want to help you create, is this game plan. Okay, so first off, before we go into the game plan, I want to just share with you guys some of my top tips for new coaches. Okay, and this is going to go along with the game plan. Okay, so number one, you guys, you need to set aside time for your business every day. If you're serious about this and you really want to make those things happen, you've got to think of this business as a business. And sometimes it's hard because we're our own bosses, right? I'm not here to be your boss. I'm not here to say, okay, did you get your stuff in today that you need to do? Nope, I'm not your boss. I'm not here to do that. And it's a great thing. That's the awesome part about this, is that you don't have a boss. But on the other side of the coin, I guess, that can be hard, because that means that you need to show up every day. And the best way that you can do that is to set aside time for your business. And if you have just 1 to 2 hours a day, 1 or 2 hours, are you able to invest 1 to 2 hours a day into your business? Okay, if you are, then you can totally make those goals happen. Okay, and when I say 1 to 2 hours, that doesn't mean that you need to have 2 solid, one 2 hour block that you need to sit down and do every day. If you need to split it up, if you are a busy person and you can only get in 20 minutes at the beginning of the day, and then an hour at lunch, and then, another hour after you put your kids down for bed, whatever, make it work for you. But just know that you have to set aside time for your business. You need to treat this like you invested $1 million, not $140, okay? The awesome part about this is that you can build $1 million business with a $140 investment, which I don't really know any other very many other companies that allow you to do that, or businesses that allow you to do that, you guys, okay? So make sure you set aside time and treat this business like a business, okay? Number 2, plug in to the team training and the resources. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but last year, Team Fire Away ended up ranked number 30 out of 400,000 coaches in Beachbody. That's freaking crazy, you guys. Like, number 30 out of 300, or sorry, not even 300,000, 400,000 coaches. You are on a kick-ass team. You are on a team that knows their shit. Sorry for my language if you have kids around. I should have done a disclaimer. But you are on a team that has amazing resources. You guys, 2 coaches in our team are have been top 10 coaches. Okay, we have 2 top 10 coaches on our team. That's freaking bananas, right? So this stuff works. So all you got to do is plug in. You've got to just plug in and apply it. Just do it, okay? Plug into the team resources and training. Plug into the team page and get on calls, just like this one. This is what I would call plugging in. This is awesome. I'm so happy you guys are listening and on this call, because that means you're doing number 2, okay? So don't feel like you need to reinvent the wheel, because the great thing about this is that there are people that have achieved those things that you want in your business. That there's people that have already achieved that. So instead of you trying to pave the way, just follow the way that's already been paved, okay? Use the training, use the resources, and just plug into that stuff. Okay, number 3. Overwhelm is a choice. You need to work from a list. I can't say this enough, you guys. And this is going to be like a little bit of real talk, because this is something that I hear from like 9 out of 10 new coaches. Alexa, I'm overwhelmed. There's so much stuff. I don't know what to do. Okay, well, here's my real talk moment. The only reason that you're overwhelmed is because you're not following the systems. Boom! I hope that was a little bit of a gut check, but it's the truth, you guys. You're in our new coach support group, and you look at the pinned post at the top of the group. The very first thing that's there is like 6 steps on what you should do to get started with your business, okay? And along with that, it's going to basically lay out for you step by step what it is that you got to do. Why are you overwhelmed if you have all the steps laid out in front of you? All you've got to do is start with step 1 and work on step 1 and complete it and move on to step 2. Okay? Take it one thing at a time. And remember that being overwhelmed is completely a choice. And if you're just working from that list, using those resources, like I said in step number 2, you won't be overwhelmed because you have one thing to focus on and complete and move on to the next. Okay, you guys? So just remember that. Anytime you feel overwhelmed with this, remind yourself, okay, if I'm feeling overwhelmed, it means I'm not following the steps. Just means you need to go back to number 2, plug back into the systems and the resources, or reach out to your coach for help, because that's what we're here for. That's what the new coach support group is here for, to give you guys a place where you can figure out what it is that you got to do every day. Okay? Step number 4. Personal development. If you want to know what there really isn't a secret weapon or a secret sauce in this business to success, but if I had to choose one thing, it would be personal development. Because like I said before, you are going to come across some bumps in the road, okay? If you think that success in this business is just like a straight shot up, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but that's just not how it works. You are going to come across things that you're afraid to do. Maybe it's reaching out to new people, or inviting, or you're going to have some self-doubt. Can I really do this? Is this business really going to work for me? Or you're going to have people telling you no a lot. A lot of people are going to tell you no. And you're going to have people that are going to be haters and saying, what is this thing that you're doing? You're crazy. Okay, what is this Beachbody thing? What's this Shakeology stuff you keep talking about? You're gonna come across all these things. You call me Raven, that's so Raven. I do not predict the future. I'm just telling you the truth. Like, that's what's gonna happen, you guys. But what's gonna be your number 1 defense against this? Personal development. The sooner that you plug into personal development and make it a part of your routine, the more it's gonna be like a tool belt, right? We talk about personal development as, adding tools to your tool belt, okay? Every time you read or you connect with some personal development or listen to some personal development audio, you are adding a new tool into your tool belt. And every time you come across a new obstacle, just like I said here, fear, doubt, rejection, haters, you are going to have the more tools you have in your belt, the easier you are going to be able to overcome those obstacles, okay? So make sure you're plugging into personal development. And remember, number 5, consistency is key. I can't say this enough. So many coaches will just plug in for a week and go hard, and then they'll stop. And they'll like fall off and not do anything for 2 weeks. And then they'll plug back in for maybe a month, and then they'll stop. You guys, if you do that, you're not going to get anywhere with this business. It takes consistency, and it takes showing up every single day. And now let me set the record straight here. I'm not saying that you need to put in a ton of time. Like I said before, it only takes 1 or 2 hours a day, but you've got to make sure you're consistent with that 1 to 2 hours a day, because the things that you're doing now are what's going to show up 3 months down the road. So if you're being inconsistent now and you're on and off, a couple days here, 1 week there, off track here and there, that is going to show 3 months down the road. Okay. So you've got to stick with this and show up daily and never give up. Think of it like a garden. And when you're planting seeds, we talk about the planting seed metaphor, but it's the truth. It's like a garden. You can't just plant a bunch of seeds and expect them to grow overnight, right? That's not how a garden works. You got to plant your seeds. You've got to water them every single day. You've got to get it sunlight and heat every single day, right? You got to give it its fertilizer or its, flower food. I'm not a very good gardener. Sorry. I don't know. But you know what I'm trying to say, right? You got to show up every day and nurture your flowers for your garden to grow. And it's exactly like that with this business. Okay. So, doing a little bit here and there and falling off, is what's going to help your seeds not grow. And your flowers are going to die, because you can't just not water your flowers for a week and come back and just expect them to be big and beautiful, right? You've got to water them every day. You got to water it a little bit every day. It's just like that with your business, okay? So just remember that. Okay, now simple steps as a new coach. And I'm gonna, you guys don't feel like you need to like write all this down. I'm gonna share a little bit more in depth about this, but in a nutshell, if I can make it super simple for you, this is really, the first things that you can do as a new coach. Number one, announce that that you are a coach, okay? I have an amazing document in the new coach support group that gives you some ideas on how you can do this, on how you can share what you're doing as a coach and let people know that your door is open, okay? People aren't gonna know that they can come to you for help unless you tell them. Okay, just point blank. So if you're like, okay, I'm just gonna do this coaching thing and not tell anybody, and hopefully I can be successful with this and not have to like share about it, you're wrong. Sorry, not gonna work that way. You've got to share. You've got to open up about it. And I'm telling you guys, if you've seen any of the, the awesome examples that I've posted in the new coach support group, you're gonna get nothing but positivity from people. If you come out and announce what it is that you're doing and why you're starting this journey, and let people know, hey, I'm looking for 3 people that want to go on this journey with me. If you're interested, let me know. You are going to get so much interest and positivity back from that, okay? So don't be afraid to get out there and announce that you're a coach, because that's going to be like letting people know that you're open for business, okay? Number 2, make sure you're starting your journey. Your goals and your own health and fitness has to come first with this. You're not working on yourself, then you're not going to have any results to share. If you don't have results to share, people aren't going to trust you. They're not going to believe in you. They're not going to believe in what you have to offer, okay? And that's the great thing about this business is how, our business and our health and fitness journey go hand in hand. When you're working on yourself first and you're getting results for yourself first, your business will boom because of it. Okay, and just like the flip side, if you're not working on your health and fitness, if you're slacking in your workouts, not drinking your Shakeology, your business is gonna just go into a slump, okay? So always remember to start with your journey. Start with yourself. Every single morning when I wake up, the first thing that I do is listen or read personal development and get my workout in. Before I do anything else, before I check into groups or, chat with people about challenge groups or whatever. No, I work on me. I fill my bucket up first, because I know that if I don't fill up my bucket, I'm not going to be able to pour into people. Okay? Number 3, invite to a free challenge. That is one of the first things that you guys can do as a new coach that will help you get better at inviting and getting out of your comfort zone, but in a way that's not so scary, because free challenges are an amazing way for you to just build relationships and add value to people. Okay? It doesn't cost anything to join a free challenge, so what do you have to lose? Okay? And I have amazing resources. I have this awesome call that I did all about how to run a free challenge group. So one of the things that I always recommend is either plug into one of the team's free challenges. Okay, I run a free challenge group for the team every first week of the month. So I don't have another one starting for a few more weeks, but that's okay. You could team up with another new coach and you guys could run a free challenge together, okay? Work on yourself first. I already talked about that. Work on yourself first by following your program and drinking Shakeology. Okay, reach out to people who like and comment on your health and fitness related posts. That is like one of the first things that I did to really get comfortable with reaching out to people and starting conversations. Anytime I was posting about my health or my fitness or coaching or challenge groups or whatever, I would reach out to the people that liked and commented and just said, hey, I just wanted to shoot you a message. I saw you liked my post and I wanted to say thank you because, I'm on this journey and, I need all of the support and accountability I can get. So thank you so much for your support. Are you working on losing weight too? Are you working on your health and fitness journey also? That's, such an easy way for you to just start a conversation with people by thanking them for their support and reaching out to the people that are liking and commenting. Okay. And then last but not least, you guys, never give up. Okay. Never ever give up. That is the only way you're going to fail at this business, is when you give up and you stop and you decide to cancel your coach membership, okay? That is the only way you're gonna fail. You might hear 100 no's. You might, just have all of these negative things happening in your business, you might feel like. But I'm telling you that we all come across failures and struggles and hard times and obstacles. But at the end of the day, if you never give up, you just keep moving forward, those struggles are going to turn into successes for you, okay? So just know that giving up is the only way you're ever going to fail as a coach. So now I want to get a little bit more in depth as to what it is that your game plan should look like every day as a new coach. Now, first, let me start off, you guys. I'm going to share this image in the new coach support group. So don't worry about trying to like write all this down or feel like you need a screenshot or whatever. I will share this with you guys so that you can save it, print it off, whatever. Okay. But I briefly just wanted to show you guys what a typical game plan would look like for any coach that's ready to commit to their business. Okay. So first off, you need to make sure that you're building relationships and inviting to groups. Okay. So adding people to your network, that's going to be something that you're going to want to do. We have awesome calls and resources on how you can do this, on how you can meet new people, add new friends, expand your network. Okay. You want to connect with 5 people and start conversations with people. Okay. Once again, I have awesome one of my training videos on how to start conversations in a genuine way. Okay. And then of course, like I said, invite at least 2 to 5 people a day to a challenge group, whether that's a free group, whether that's our team challenge, whatever. Make sure that you're inviting people every single day. Okay. Make sure that you are learning and understanding your business. Okay. So this goes back to what I was saying before, making sure you're plugging into the training and the resources, checking into the team page and engaging in the team page. I post in the team page every single day, you guys. I have tons of resources. I have announcements. I do fun little like challenges and, motivation and all that stuff. Use the team page. Make sure you're plugging in there because it's going to be a great resource for you. And of course, check your back office for any new alerts and all that. It helps you just stay plugged in so that you understand what's going on. You know what the sales are for the month. You know any new announcements or changes that are happening, okay? Make sure that you're connecting with your followers on social media. Social media is going to be a really great tool for you, you guys. I would say I've probably built about 90% of my business through social media, through people that I've met through Instagram, Facebook, whatever. And it's honestly like one of the coolest parts of this business that I get to connect with so many people that are just outside of Washington and those people that I'm seeing in my day-to-day life. So know that social media is going to be an amazing tool for you. You got to make sure that you are posting on social media 3 to 5 times a day is what I always say. Make sure that you're checking in with your challenge group. Okay. Again, that comes down to focusing on yourself and your own goals. Okay. And if you're checking in your challenge group for your support and staying on track and keeping yourself accountable for your goals, that's only going to help you get better results at the end of the day. Okay. Of course, also make sure you're replying to anybody that's asking questions, leaving comments, or liking your photos or your posts. And, just making sure that you're starting those conversations with people. Okay. And then last, leading by example and sharing that. Okay. Sharing your journey and your story is what's going to help you show people what it is that you're doing. And that's the thing with this is we're not here to sell people stuff. That's the whole reason why I did not like Advocare. I was totally against running my business at first because I felt totally pressured into sales. But as a coach, the reason why I decided to commit to coaching and I went from being a discount coach to all in and a business builder was because I realized that this was just about me working on myself, sharing that so that I can inspire other people to take that step too. Because that is really what it's about, paying it forward. My coach, Lauren, was posting about this 25-minute workout program that she was doing. And that inspired me to reach out and make a change for myself. And now I want to reach out and help other people do the same. It's a ripple effect. It's paying it forward. Okay. So the way that we're able to do that is by sharing what we're doing. Okay. If it weren't for Lauren posting about T25, I don't know if I ever would have, been connected to this business. And I honestly don't know where I would be if it weren't for coaching and for Beachbody. Okay. So remember that sharing is going to be really important. Make sure you're doing your workout. Post an accountability post, photo, a video, whatever it is, talking about your workout or your challenge group or drinking your Shakeology. Okay. And then, like I said before, reading and listening to personal development every single day. And I always love to share some of my things that I'm learning in personal development because you guys, I think personal development is something that should be required in high school. I have learned more from the personal development books that I've read in the 2.5 years as a coach than I ever did in my 12 years of schooling in high school, in my 4 years in college. I can tell you that right now. I can't remember I couldn't recite a single thing that I've learned in college from my textbooks, but I know that I have grown so much on the inside because of personal development. So share those things with people because unfortunately, I don't think enough people in this world are doing personal development. So you can be that person that's paving the way and working on yourself from the inside out. And by sharing that, you're going to inspire other people to work on themselves too. Okay. So I hope this isn't overwhelming you. Like I said, this is just a game plan and a checklist, okay? So when you have set aside time for your business every day and you sit down and you're like, okay, it's my power hour. I'm ready to get my business stuff done. All you got to do, you guys, is plug in to this list. Start with number 1. Right over here. Add your 3 to 5 new friends on Facebook. Start there. Okay. Number 1, I need to add 3 to 5 new friends. So maybe you're going to go into some Facebook groups that you've joined, and find some friends you can connect with and send out your 5 friend requests. Boom. Check that off the list. Move on to the next thing. Okay. I'm going to connect with 5 new people. Start a conversation. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be overwhelming, you guys. Just start with one thing, check it off, move on to the next. Okay. Work from a list and just take it one thing at a time. And all of this stuff is 100% you can get all this stuff done in an hour a day, 1 to 2 hours a day. In fact, you could probably get more than this done. Okay. So that's why I say if you have at least an hour, you can totally move your business forward and make some things happen. But you just got to make sure that you're working from a list. You have a plan in place. Because let's go back to that road trip scenario. If you don't have a plan, if you don't have a roadmap, how do you know where it is that you're going to go? How are you going to be able to get from point A to point B if you don't have a map to get you there? Okay. And that's what this is. This is your roadmap. So I'm going to share this in the new coach support group after the call. Okay, guys? Okay. Last thing that I want to talk with you guys about is the potential of what this business can do for you. Like I said, it wasn't until I saw other coaches' success and stories and heard what they were able to do with this business, and for me to really see how much this could impact my family. Okay, so I've got a couple success stories that I'm excited to share with you guys. I've never used video on a presentation before, but I think that this should work. So if this doesn't work, hopefully, I think it should work and come through audio and all that stuff. But this is Mindy's story. Okay, this is only a couple minutes long, but I'm excited to share her story with you guys. Okay.
Before I became a Beachbody coach, I was an office manager with a baby at home. And I hated leaving my son. I absolutely hated it. I had to miss his first time crawling, his first time walking. My husband was laid off for 6 months, and he was the breadwinner of the family. When I walked in the door, there's a stack of bills. How are we even going to pay these bills when we're just living off my income? Every single day we were fighting about how we were going to pay this, how we were going to pay that. We ended up having to go on state aid. My sister, she was talking to me on the phone, and I said that we're having noodles again tonight. And she said again? My sister actually went out and bought us groceries that week. And so, struggling so bad. We were stressed, we were broke as a joke, and I was just expecting a miracle to just change my life. One day I came across my coach online, and I asked her, what is this coaching opportunity all about? I'm from a super small town, and there was not one coach near me. I was like, well, how can I do this when I'm shy to even go up to somebody and talk to somebody? And she reassured me. She's like, I did have all the same doubts as you, and this is what's changing my life. So when I first started this, I was like, there's no way. I have no time because I work 40 hours a week. I have a baby. But I really sat down and I realized that if this is important to me, I need to make time for it. A miracle wasn't going to just land in my lap. I needed to do something different if I wanted something different. And this changed everything. After just 12 months, I was making triple every week than what I was making at my full-time job, working 40 hours a week. After just a year and 3 months in this business, I quit my full-time job as an office manager.
On 2012 Elite Coaches.
Being a Beachbody coach is the most rewarding job on the planet, in my opinion. So many positive changes have come out of this. We have paid off all of our debt, and we just actually moved into our brand new house a couple months ago, and it's fabulous. Also, if we want to come to Disney World, if we want to go to the beach or wherever, we can just pick up and go. I'm the happiest I've ever been. My marriage is the strongest it's ever been. I work at home, so most of my time is just playing with my kids, and I still just do this part-time that I'm able to do as I'm a full-time mom, which is priceless. That's like number one to me.
I love it. Were you guys able to hear? Hold on, let me pull up the chat box really quick. Were you guys able to hear that okay? Hold on, let me pull it. Were you able to hear that okay? Yes? Yes, okay, good. Good. Like I said, I've never had a video in a presentation before, so I wasn't totally sure. That made me cry. Yeah, I know. If I haven't already watched that video like 3 times, Mandy, I would cry too. But isn't it amazing, you guys? Like, this business really can change your life, and it's not just about you, right? What I love is Mindy has, she's a stay-at-home mom. She's actually pregnant right now with, I think, maybe the 3rd or 4th kid, right? So this is so much more than just her. This is about her family, her children, her husband. You know what I mean? Her family and those people in her life that are important to her. Okay? Here, let's move on. Here's Amy's story. I want to share Amy's story with you guys.
I'm Amy Silverman. I'm 28 years old, and I'm from Portland, Oregon. I've always struggled financially. I was a waitress and a student pretty much my whole life. The worst part about being a waitress, you start to feel like you can't do anything else. I was drinking and going out and doing drugs. My whole life was falling apart. My parents pretty much stopped helping me financially at that point. I just always thought I'd be taken care of. Everything just kept getting worse and worse and worse. Every night at the end of a 13-hour shift, you've eaten a lot of pizza, a lot of dairy. I developed cystic acne from the environment and the stress and the food, and I ballooned up to a size 12. I was calling myself fat every day, and my acne got so bad that it was painful. Well, I remember one day I wanted to get fish and chips, and it was our last $10, and we got the fish and chips, and I remember the fries were super soggy, and the fish was nasty, and I got so frustrated that I threw it, and I just made this huge scene, because it was our last $10. I was stressed out about my body and my health, and we couldn't afford any food, and I couldn't do anything. It's the hardest time of my life. There was a girl on Facebook, and we were both supporting each other on our weight loss journeys. She was trying different things, and I was going to the gym. She mentioned she was a coach, but she was just really trying to lose weight. 6 months after we had both started, she posted a transformation photo, and she had lost 30 pounds. I was floored by her results. She had done Power 90 and P90X with Shakeology. And I was just like, I want to do that. And she was like, well, you're probably in too good a shape for Power 90, so let's get you started on P90X. The support of the community and the coach was huge for me. And so I finished P90X, was feeling more confident, I was feeling stronger, things were starting to fit better. I was noticing that people in the groups who were getting better results were drinking Shakeology. So I signed up as a coach, and I committed to Shakeology and Insanity. And then it was with Shakeology and Insanity that I got down to a size 2 in 60 days. In 2011, I had been working all year long, hitting Success Club, working my butt off, just trying everything in my power to earn that trip to the Bahamas and make enough money to quit my job. I had put in my 3 months notice for the trip. So 2 weeks before the trip, my boss was like, yeah, we're not going to be able to give you the time off. Sorry. And at that point, I had started to see my potential with the business. So I went in and I was like, you know what? I quit. It felt really good. It felt really empowering. It was just one of those things that you always want to do, but you can't because you're stuck. That week, I went full-time Beachbody, and it wasn't until I got to the Success Club trip that I really started to see what Beachbody was. And I started seeing the potential. And it was when I came back from that I started really making big goals with the company. It'll be 3 years in April that I started working the business. I've had the same car that I had in high school up until a couple months ago. And Beachbody finally afforded us to be able to buy a car. And I never ever thought in a million years that I would ever own a luxury vehicle. What has really changed in my life has been the freedom to do whatever I want, whenever I want. I don't have to answer to a boss. That's the best. You can just be you and travel and do whatever you want. And it's just been really rewarding.
Yay. This Amy, she's the one who I was saying that her video, a different video that she has, was what showed me the potential. And I just heard her say that she got to an event and she saw the potential of this business, which is just crazy, you guys. This literally is like a ripple effect, paying it forward, okay? Amy's not a mom, but her story is a little bit different, right? She was a freaking full-time waitress for 10 years. She was a college dropout with no degree, no business experience, but was able to not only transform her health and fitness, but completely change your life with this business and really reach your goals. So I love her story. If you don't follow Amy Silverman on YouTube or on Facebook, I highly suggest it because her story is amazing. She's number 2, I think, in the company right now, which is freaking crazy. Okay, one more, and then we're almost done, guys. One more story that I want to share. I love this one because it's a husband and wife.
I'm Chelsea, and this is my husband, Rob, and we're from Orlando, Florida, and we've been Beachbody coaches since August of 2011. During my first 2 years of college, I got wrapped up in the party scene. I was definitely struggling with depression and anxiety and had issues just being in social situations, trying to fit in, trying to figure out who I was. I left school, got a job to make money and pay off my student loan debts that I was accruing without a degree. And I was basically told, well, you're going to be paid this rate until you get this degree. I was 50 pounds overweight. I could barely walk upstairs and was numbing my feelings with food. And I knew I wasn't going to go to a gym. So my parents had purchased Turbo Jam for me. And the first time I tried Turbo Jam, I couldn't breathe. What really kept me going was Shalene and seeing a positive role model. It was seeing people who looked comfortable in their own skin. I started to see changes in my health and my fitness once I plugged into an online community, especially when I met my coach through Twitter. She was this beautiful, confident, strong, healthy woman, and I just signed up because I wanted to be a part of her circle. I wanted to start surrounding myself with people who were thinking like me and working like me toward the same things.
When I graduated with my degree in education, I came home and I couldn't find a job in education. It was really scary coming out of college because you amass all this debt that you don't really see. I got a job at a bank because it was hiring and it was something that would actually allow me to make money, but my health continued to get worse, and it wasn't until my dad had his heart attack. I was 100 pounds overweight, and just looking at myself 20 years from now and knowing that that was going to be me, the turning point for me was actually seeing an Insanity infomercial. I got it, I started it, and it was probably the hardest thing that I've ever done, but it kept playing through, and I did what I could. The first time that I went through Insanity, I lost 35 pounds. That was really when I was hooked. I knew that that was the program for me, and I knew it was going to get me in the best shape of my life. A good friend of mine was a turbo kick instructor as well as a Beachbody coach. She invited me to go to an instructor training, and when I went to the training, this beautiful girl was there.
We knew right away, as soon as we met each other, that we were supposed to spend the rest of our lives with each other.
Chelsea was actually the reason I became a coach. She had a goal, and I knew that I could help her reach that goal, so I signed up. And I pushed back a little bit at first because I didn't want to make money for helping people. That seemed weird to me.
So he didn't want to become a coach. He just wanted to help people lose weight and get healthy with Insanity and Shakeology. I had to explain to him those things are one and the same.
I started seeing people that I was working with get results. It was at that moment that I knew that this is what I was supposed to do with the rest of my life. One of the things that we knew that we wanted to do was replace one of our corporate incomes. And I would say that probably happened about 7 or 8 months after I became a coach. And within 6 months of that time, she was able to leave her job. A month after that, I was able to leave mine.
There was one moment, it was a Thursday morning, we saw our paycheck for the previous week, and he left me a Post-it note, and he said, your student loan, pay it all, like pay it all. And I think it was $12,000 for that one particular loan, and it was the best feeling in the world to be able to call that company and say, pay it in full. We've been focused so much on paying off student loan debt and credit card debt. We've been in the red. And now we're finally at a place where these paychecks that aren't getting us out of the red, they're going to our savings, they're going toward a house.
I don't think that we would have been able to do this without each other. We always say we try to attract people that are like us, and that's what we always recommend that our coaches do. And when you get to see all of these people who are an extension of her, and it is family, it's not just signing another person and trying to get another challenge pack. It's just really growing and building a family. And I fall in love with her more every day because of what I see her do.
I want to help as many people as possible do this. It's too good to keep secret. I just would encourage people to cut out all the negative beliefs. Start now, and it's going to be hard, really hard in the beginning, and you're going to have to make so many sacrifices, but you're going to be able to completely, design your life. Right now, when you have that feeling in your gut, like, this is something that I want to do, listen to it and go for it.
Yay. Freaking love it, you guys. Like, that just gave me chills. I don't know about you guys, but it just gave me chills. Like, it's amazing. This business has the potential to just completely change your life, no matter what point that you are at. You know what I mean? Like, these were all 3 very different stories, but all 3 of these stories were showing how Beachbody and this business completely changed these people's lives. Okay, and just like Chelsea said, especially at the beginning, it's going to be hard. I'm so glad you said that, because I was saying that at the beginning, right? It's going to be hard and you're going to want to give up, but it's worth it, you guys. Like, wouldn't it be freaking amazing to be able to call up your student loan company and say, here you go, pay it all off? I mean, that's a freaking dream to me right now. And that's what motivates me to keep going, because I know I'll get to that point. But only if you never give up and you just keep going with this, okay? So, like I said, this business is going to take time. It's going to take consistency and discipline and patience and sacrifice. But at the end of the day, is your dream life worth it? Is it worth that time and consistency and discipline and patience and sacrifice? I don't know about you, but I know that it's worth it for me. Okay? So now I just want to give you guys a couple action items before we hop off this call. Okay? I want to know what 3 goals you have for yourself as a coach. Okay? And you can have more than 3. But I want to see at least 3 goals. And those are goals like what I was talking about at the very beginning of this. Do you want to be able to have more time freedom to spend with your kids? Do you want to be able to pay off your student loans? Do you want to be able to travel? You know what I mean? Do you want to be able to buy your dream home or pay off your mortgage or whatever? You know what I mean? Those are the type of goals that I want to hear. Okay, number 2, how much time are you willing to sacrifice and put in per day to work your business? Okay, because like I said, you've got to treat this like a business. You have at least 1 to 2 hours, I know you can make it happen. You've got to at least make sure you are investing a little bit of time every day and putting it into your business to make it work, okay? And then last, I want to know, what is one thing that you learned on this call that really stuck out to you, that really, like, is the one thing that really is just motivating you and getting you excited for this, okay, guys? So that is it for my presentation. I'm going to stop the screen share. I want to, any of you guys have questions? Let me open up the chat box really quick. I don't know if anybody has any questions before I log off, but hold on, let me go through here really quick. I don't think I see any questions. I just love seeing all of your guys' goals and everything. This is awesome. Speaking of challenge, did Alexa start this week? I didn't get an invite. Yes, so let me explain how the challenge groups work. So like I said before, I run a free challenge for the team every first week of the month, and then the paid, I call it a paid fitness challenge, which means you need a challenge pack or program in Shakeology, which all of you who are new coaches should have. Most of you signed up with a challenge pack when you got started, so you have that. But that starts the second week. So it actually started on Monday, and this week is all a prep week. So the whole reason why I have prep week in here is because I know it takes, some people sign up late, or some people haven't gotten their stuff in the mail, or whatever, or some people didn't get an invite. So that's okay. We're not officially starting the program until Monday. But if you want an invite to the challenge group, please post in the new coach support group. I usually will post I actually did do a post in the team page and asked if anybody needs to be added. Make sure that you sign up. So if you didn't get an invite, then that means you must have missed that post. So if you want to be added, just post in the team or in the new coach support group, and I'll send you an invite. Okay. But before, okay, so I don't think there's any other questions. I'm going to stop the recording really quick, you guys. Thank you for all of you guys that watched the recording. I hope this was helpful in helping you create your game plan and get started with your business as the